Thomas Tuchel is back into football, but not at Chelsea, at Spurs potentially, but Real Madrid are lingering and he is waiting to get that job. We've got the news on that. Luis Campos at PSG has had enough of the chaos at the club and he's trying to get himself into Chelsea, and Chelsea and Bowley are doing their best impression of everybody's welcome here. And finally, the biggest one of all, Joao Felix, the fee is revealed for how much it will cost to get him. It's not 105 million pounds as everyone has been saying and panicking, and more importantly, he's been on international duty and he's been running his mouth like most players do. Let's get into it. Welcome to the Kavkas View, and in today's video, like I said, the rundown is amazing. We have got a lot of things pulling on our heartstrings, getting us excited, and more importantly, making us raise questions with an eyebrow like Carlo Ancelotti. I can't do it the way he does it, but I don't even know. Let me know if my eyebrow was up the whole time while I was saying that in the comments below. So all I need you guys to do is a free service. It's admin. It's just really nice. Hit the like button right now, and we're aiming for 1,000 likes. Subscribe if you enjoy the content so far, because you will enjoy the rest. You made it this far. And in the pinned comment, I have my Instagram link. Go and follow me there. I want to get to 1,000 followers. It's about time. Now, let's move on with the first. We're going to start with a story that's near and dear to my heart. Look, Thomas Tuchel will always be a Chelsea legend in my eyes. The man took over when Frank Lampard absolutely butchered the job to the point where we were in 10th place. I think it was 10th or 9th place. Tuchel not only got us top 4, he got us a Champions League, and we went on a nice 18-month spell of where I believed we were one of the best clubs in the world. Whether it was on the pitch, the way we operated off the pitch, when we wanted Romelu Lukaku, yes, it didn't work out. We went and snapped him off Inter Milan. There was no second coming. We went to Real Madrid, we slapped them at the Bernabeu. We got knocked out on what? On a technicality, literally. It was one of those things where we won 3-2 on the night, but we left with pride when we were knocked out. After he's been replaced, we've got Graham Potter, and Thomas Tuchel has been unemployed, and it looks like he's set to come back to management. No other than Spurs. Spurs are reporting and feeding information to the media that when Conte gets sacked, because Conte is going to get sacked, they want Thomas Tuchel to replace Conte. There are reports coming from James Ollie, I think he works for Sky Sports, is that the one and only Thomas Tuchel would be actually very interested in the role. Alternatively, there are other reports coming out, and reports that have been coming out for the last 3 months, that when Carlo Ancelotti potentially goes to take the Brazil job, as it's being touted, the Real Madrid job is available. So Thomas Tuchel has been learning en español. He's been habla españoling all in his free time, trying to get the qualifications to become Real Madrid manager. Reports in Spain are coming out that there are 3 individuals in pole position to take the Ancelotti job when it's vacant. Number 1, Raul Gonzalez, the legend. He's Real Madrid B. They believe they can recreate what happened with Zinedine Zidane, go from Castilla to the main team. Number 2, Mauricio Pochettino. I need to ask Real Madrid, why on earth are they doing that? Why would they want to put themselves through that? They saw what kind of manager he is at PSG. And number 3, Thomas Tuchel is on that list. They said his aspiration, his drive, his intent to win trophies at all costs is something that would be welcome at Real Madrid. That's what's being reported. How do I feel about this? Man, he better avoid Spurs at all costs. And the reason I'm saying he needs to avoid Spurs is, number 1, Tuchel will make him into perennial top 4 team. They will get enough points to consistently make top 4, and more importantly, they're going to go on crazy cup runs. Tuchel's way of being an equalizer when he has a weaker squad, by setting up a team tactically and getting the best out of every player from a determination and an organization standpoint, an automation standpoint, makes his teams far more competitive than they ever should have been. We won the Champions League with Kai Havertz, Mason Mount and Timo Werner. Let that sink in. Like, on what planet, when you look at our team in that final and go, you know what? This team should have been the better team in every single round of the Champions League that we played, and won us the tournament. Thomas Tuchel is that good of a manager, and if he goes to Spurs, it's a shame, and it taints his Chelsea legacy. I really hope he gets the Madrid job, and I hope he can go from strength to strength in that Madrid job, because it would really suit him. It's the type of job that top-tier managers deserve, and he's exactly that. Speaking of top-tier players and top-tier talents, Joao Felix is one of them. Look, we are all falling in love with Joao Felix as a Chelsea player. We love the way he dribbles, we love the way he expresses himself, and we love the way he wants to be the main man in this team. And even on loan, he put the boys on his shoulders that I'll carry you to top 4 if needed. But you guys are letting me down by not finishing these chances, and I'm not finishing them, but I'm still giving us some hope and something to believe in. Other than that, we found out the rumors that are coming out from Spain. Atletico Madrid initially wanted somewhere around about £105 million to sell Joao Felix. Now it's getting to the point now where Joao has told them publicly, look, I don't want to come back. I'm not coming back. I'm not interested in playing for Diego Simeone again. And more importantly, I just don't want to play in Madrid anymore. I'm done. I need a change. And it got to the point where now Revolvo and Marca are releasing stories that the player could be available for £85 million. Guys, this fee is going to go even lower. I promise you. The closer we get to the summer and the more of a fuss he's going to kick off, the more it's going to get lower. I think we can acquire him for 75 to 70 million pounds. Joao went on international duty and started running his mouth. And this is what happens when players go away on international. I am very happy at Chelsea. I am comfortable. I love the change. I'm feeling happy again. The guy's saying all the right things that are encouraging Chelsea to go and acquire him to the point where they know they've got an asset that wants to commit long term. But more importantly, it's given Atletico a big headache because Chelsea most probably will offer him players. The way I think Chelsea need to handle this is give him Romelu Lukaku. Tell him, take Romelu off our hands and let's call it even. We might even give you an extra 30 million. Here's 40 million. Just take Romelu off our hands. You get yourself a great striker that will work in your system in the sense that he'll be a target man. You get runners in and around him. Little Antoine Griezmann, Memphis Depay, Lamar, everything running around. Everything's going to be beautiful for you. You sell him that dream. You hope Athletic bite. And I'm not going to lie to you. Romelu will get a lot of goals in La Liga. I genuinely think so. I think Lukaku is a good player. I just think he doesn't suit the Premier League and Chelsea. I think he doesn't suit deep blocks. And the reality is, at Atletico Madrid, he's not going to get deep blocks. They're going to hit teams on the counter-attack and hopefully make this work. So, Joao Felix is giving us positives on this international. But speaking about a mess, and this is a massive mess. PSG is a club that's been in turmoil since Leonardo has been their sporting director. And it gets to the point where players don't know who's in charge. Is it the manager or is it a sporting director? This summer, we were told that PSG were going to have a fresh cut. And they were going to have a brand new clean slate. Everything's going to be nice. Everything's going to be Gucci. Everything's going to be clean. Nice, like the store is opening again. Kylian Mbappe's re-signing. Well, within 9 months, and I think I'm being generous, the place is on fire again. They're out the Champions League. They're out the Coupe de France. And they're out, what's it called, in a title race in Ligue 1. They shouldn't have been in a title race come the World Cup, the way they were performing. And all of a sudden, all that hard work has been undone. Neymar's injured again. They're trying to sell him. Campos is the sporting director, and he looks like he's set to leave. Campos has been trying to build relations with Bowley. He's had active conversations with Bowley, and it looks like Chelsea might be interested in him bringing the man into the club. This man is very powerful when it comes to data analysis and finding players on the cheap and reselling them for a lot of money, or more importantly, finding gems that develop into amazing talents, even better than they were initially projected. He's tried to do this at PSG, but it hasn't worked, and the reason it won't work is because of the front three. You have three star boys in the sense of Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe, and all of a sudden you need to fit in the chess pieces. Renato Sanchez, Fabian Ruiz are not going to work. They're not the individuals you need to be acquiring, in my personal opinion, to make that work. You need a more workhorse midfield. Campos could be coming to Chelsea. This is worrying for me because we're getting to a stage now is how many cooks do we need in this kitchen? How many individuals do we need giving an opinion before we start saying, guys, something's going wrong here. Something is an issue here. Because you've got the guy from Brighton, you've got acquired someone from Southampton, we've got Viville, and we've got another person, I think, in the boardroom as it stands. That's 4 individuals. If you bring Campos in, that's the 5th person. Who's top dog? Whose decisions runs rampant? You can't just have a committee that makes decisions together because each one of them needs to bring something to the table. And that's where if they don't agree on their own direction, on their own stature, on their own guidance, the club's going to default. Like the club's going to be in a position where we're just signing players for the sake of signing. And if you can see already with our transfers, who thought it was a good idea to sign Nkunku so early? If you now went and got Joao Felix, because I'm telling you now, if we went and got Joao Felix in January, Nkunku wouldn't have been happening. I'll tell you that right now, for free. That is not a prediction, it's an expectation. It's a spoiler, as Paul Heyman would say. It is a spoiler. we would not be going to sign Nkunku, well, if we're getting Joao Felix. But now Joao's come in, he's impressed so much. They're in love with him. It's got to the point now where, well, let's have both of them. It doesn't make sense, and this is a big mess. But guys, this was the Chelsea roundup for you guys. I hope you lot enjoyed it. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts, because there's going to be a long transfer international break. I hope you guys are going to be staying tuned to the Kavkas View. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and follow me on Instagram. See you later, guys.